Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a little update on my XR here. Me being the guy that can never leave well enough alone, decided to tear more stuff apart. Part of that. There's a whole little pile of needle bearings. Some nasty liquid, more nasty liquid, more nasty paint thinner. So, I got my carburetors in, and like I said, being the guy that can't leave well enough alone, thought, well, hell, I should take that swing arm off and check out all the bearings. You know, I could never push grease through one of these grease zerks. And I thought, well, probably should be taken apart and cleaned and get a new grease zerk. I can't remember which one it was. There's one that I already took out of there. So, started taking it all apart. Didn't really have any trouble. These looks like some little seal holder and then a little seal came out of, let's see, it would be, I love the overspray on this, I didn't do that, would have been this side, trying to get it out of there. After I got it out of there, I noticed that spring's been tearing up the side of that. It hasn't really gotten deep yet, it's just enough to put a shine on it and give some scrape marks, but that's got to be fixed. And I want your guys' opinion. I'm going to try and find some reviews on it. Al Baker's XRs Only has a progressive rate shock, well, spring for this. And I was, it's $100, and I was thinking about go ahead and buying it, but I'm not sure. I haven't heard anybody that has one or anything, so I'd like to hear some reviews about it. But I think you can see there that when I had that hard hit that broke my rear fender, it busted the threads out of that bottom ring there, or at least on that side. Now, all the other shocks that I've had apart have had a holder like this. You can see that's the part that actually slides off, and then there's a holder there, so that, and they had the same thing up here, so that when you'd actually screw something down, what you were screwing down didn't leave that gap. That would be from where that's flat to over here. I don't know if this was supposed to have it or not. I'm going to look up on a parts list if it was supposed to. So, that's where we're at on the shock. The linkage, I got into a little deeper than I wanted to, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. When I first bought this bike, I did a lot to this bike that I never videoed. When I first bought this bike, this bolt, I believe it was this bolt, was a SAE bolt, just a simple grade 5, and this one's really loose. I don't know why, but I replaced it with the OEM bolt and nut. The old bolt that was an SAE bolt was actually bent and sounded like nails on a chalkboard every time you'd sit on the bike, so that got replaced pretty fast. But I think it was this grease zerk here that I could never push grease into, which is that one. And actually on the end here, you can see that's clean grease in there, so it's getting into the zerk, but it just wasn't getting in here, and I got it all cleared out. Those are all the needle bearings out of this side. Can't really see in there that well. All of them are still on the other side. The other side was fine. This side you couldn't even tell had bearings in it when I first opened it up. I soaked it in that and scrubbed it, then soaked it in that and scrubbed it, and then took all the needle bearings out and soaked them in that, and then that's the dust caps and the bolt and everything in there now. But I mean, they were just solid in there, and I was hoping that they weren't flat-sided where it would have been rubbing, but I think we're good on those. Grease them all up, put them all back in. Actually, a lot of times I can get them to fall out, but I'll tell you what, that is a handy tool to get them out. It's just kind of a little pick. You can see it's full of guck. But that's that. I don't know what's up with this one, but it has a good bit of play in that there. So we'll see what's up with that and go from there. I already cleaned out the bearings in the actual swing arm. I haven't lubed them up yet. I just got them all put together and put back over here so I don't mix pieces up. This swing arm's kind of beat up, but see, there's all kinds of grind marks there. And I don't know what that hook is originally for. If any of you guys know, let me know. It looks like it was, I don't know what it was for. Maybe to keep the chain, like on that IT that I have, to keep the chain out of the tire here. So I don't know. But I also noticed that there's just slight marks on my fender from where the tire actually hit my fender. So I had a really hard hit. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, and the suspension's getting a little tired. That's why I'm thinking about going with that progressive rate shock. Or I gotta measure it. The 600 shock is 9 inches by 3.5. This one actually says it's just a touch over 9, like, let's see, yeah, just a touch over 9, a little more, 9.25. But I was thinking of a 600 shock, or just a 600 spring. Might be a little beefier for a little heavier bike, or I don't know what the length of a 650 spring is, but I'm working something out on that eventually. Those are the two little pieces that came out with that. I was stuck in the frame really hard. And also, I might be have to get crafty with this. There's kind of more play in that side of the bolt hole than I would like. So, I don't know. It's not too bad. I'll leave it for now probably. But I'm not sure it's supposed to have that much play. So we'll see. But, see, the wide tire rubs on my exhaust. I'm trying to find a good deal on a 600 or 650 exhaust. I've also been looking at some XR500 exhausts, just because I think I might be able to, fabricate one of those to fit. I just like something that isn't a boat anchor and is a little bit smaller, because that thing weighs a ton. So there's a little update on what I'm doing. The carbs are in and they're working good. Actually feels like it has a little snappier power now, so I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But thanks for watching. And I should have the other carburetor video up before I do this video, so if it's not, it's coming soon. Thanks for watching.